Hello, everyone. It's me, BRG, and I am here to de stress a little bit after work. And the best way to de stress is to build a lovely new African city. So, this is what will soon be New Hampton, the jewel of New Africa. Because there's nothing like a bit of revolutionary escapism to help you recover after a long day of work. So, let's get to it. Laying out an initial road plan here. Those people got to get around. Thing is, you don't want to waste too much on roads because you got to start small, anyways. Um, you want to keep your industry as far away from where your people are going to be living and shopping at. What I do is I use. Um, I did not read that Courier article you sent me. I have a life. I have a life beyond reading articles, especially if it's philosophy. I hate philosophy with a burning passion. Hello. But, anyways, what I usually do is I use commercial zones as buffers, even though that's still kind of shitty. But hey, better than just having a lot of empty space. So, everybody hates philosophy. It's a bunch of stupid motherfuckers that think they're smart. Advanced coal power plant. I don't have money for that right now. How's the wind blowing? Good. All right, so I'm gonna have to have some power lines. But well, I'm not ain't no might to it. I'm gonna have to have some power lines. Also, the wind is blowing pretty good over the river, so later on I can build some wind turbines out on the water. But like where all your nasty shit is gonna be, your sewer lines and stuff, you want to keep that away from your like residential and commercial zones. So plenty of industry. I don't know what type of resources we're working with yet, but we shall soon see. Okay, so the river is going this way. So what I'm gonna do is put that there and put a water pump there. Just off the surface, not knowing like what exactly the main points of this thesis are, I'd say it's undialectical and runs contrary to historical materialism because historical materialism teaches us that nothing is permanent. Uh, so yeah. All right, let's get our power lines. Put you right there. All right, now it's time to zone for houses. But I'm not one of those stupid Marxists that thinks that, oh, after the revolution, racism will go away. Because we know that racism is a not even a byproduct, but it's basically a fundamental building block of what we know as capitalism today. Like capitalism would not exist if it were not for the horrible regime of slavery that my people were subjected to. And underpinning ideologically that regime of racism was, that regime of slavery was racism. Granted, if black people didn't exist, they would have had to use somebody else. I mean, I've never seen a Western country overcome the issue of racism, so yeah, they might have a bit of a point there. All right, so we're getting some houses built. Folks are gonna start moving in, and you're gonna start seeing like little industrial shit pop up down here. Oh, my sewer needs some power. You cannot have a sewer system without power. That's no good. So run a little power line over there. All right, so we've got 168 poor souls living in what will become the Pearl of New Africa, but is right now just a scattering of houses and some little factories over here. Yes, as a lawyer, you do have to swear to uphold the U.S. Constitution. As a politician, as really uh, anything dealing with the management of the functions of this shithole, you have to swear allegiance to the country and to its institutions. So, yeah. It's a motherfucker, but you gotta do what you gotta do to serve the people. All right, city's growing at a decent enough pace. Now we have almost 400 people here. You could also rename the streets, but I'll let it sit where it is. I'll just act like there's famous revolutionary cadre or important revolutionary cadre that took part in the revolution that these streets are named after. Not just random names. What a lot of people do is they, like a lot of game developers, they name stuff in city builders like roads. They name them after their kids, or they give the road their last name. It's their own little mark. See how my electricity's doing. Might behoove me to plop another one of these because I don't want people complaining, oh, we're out of water. All right. Got a little cash infusion. So we can build, what's this? A city car park. I'm constantly running into shit that, like, because I got all of the DLC. So I'm just constantly running into shit that wasn't in the vanilla game. It's pretty sweet. All right. Want more industrial? Yeah, DLC is quite expensive. That's why it's best to go through and pick the ones that you need. But I figured I'm going to be streaming this pretty often since it's one of my favorite games. I might as well get all of them. It's worthwhile. Get an elementary school so the children ain't dumb. Build hospitals so the children ain't dead. Oh, can't afford one. Well, I can if I take out a loan, which I unfortunately must do. I hate debt. I do not want to burden my beautiful pearl of New Africa with debt, but I also cannot let my beautiful pearl of New Africa sit without hospitals. I should have named this clinic after Doc Satchel. I'll name the next one after it. Doc Satchel was basically the one of the major organizers of the People's Free Clinic program that the Black Panther Party had. I imagine planning a city in real life is far different than building a city in a video game. But I'm flattered that you think I would make a good city planner. I mean, I guess I couldn't do much worse than some of these assholes I have in charge of shit. To get rid of those ugly ass power lines because these when these buildings and stuff are built, they're Yeah, they basically the game works like this. It runs the power through the buildings, I guess. Raise the budget for power so that it can produce more. So I don't have to go just build windmills all over the place. They take up a little bit of space. Do I think I'll ever collaborate with FD Signifier? I mean, it would be an honor. I like the guy. But yeah, I'm down to collaborate with anybody that's willing to collaborate with me and who produces good content and has good politics. So yeah, in the future, who knows? What do I think of the role Michael Collins played in the Irish movement? Uh, from what I've heard, from what Irish comrades have told me, and from what I've read, he was a traitor. Wasn't he a pro-treatyite or something? So this map is actually based on this is actually a map of New Orleans. So yeah, let's just act like the revolution is won, and yeah, New Orleans was totally destroyed. So we're building a new community on the ashes. Well, not a community, a new city on the ashes of the old. Yeah, he established home rule for Ireland, but they had to swear allegiance to the crown. Yeah, I would be upset too. We just fought a war against the colonizers. Now we have to swear to them. All right, so now we're pretty close to being able to establish districts. Yeah, people weren't just upset. They had a civil war over that shit. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Why would you swear allegiance to a foreign power that you've been fighting for centuries to get rid of? There you go. Jay has the right idea for once. 26 plus 6 equals 1. Is dead Irishman something new to history or something? If you want to be independent, you got to be ready to shed blood. Like, do you think that new Africa is just going to be given to us out of the goodness of our heart, out of the goodness of the white man's heart? No, we're going to have to shed fucking blood for it. That's what George Jackson and countless others have tried to tell us. Naming a district after the Irish communist and Republican James Connolly. New Africa shows solidarity with the Irish people. That's in the United States. But yeah, if you go to an Irish bar in the United States, chances are it's going to be frequented by cops because many of the cops here are Irish and extremely racist. So yeah, don't go to cop bars in the US. Well, Irish pubs. Because even if they're not racist, the atmosphere is just going to be off. And especially if you're like actually Irish, like you're probably not going to like it. Why are you asking me how to build an intelligence apparatus on a Twitch stream at 12:55 in the morning? God's grief. I can't say what I want to say. Okay, so we got plenty of timber. I don't have to answer your text. What am I, a fucking slave? Answer my text, boy. How we build an intelligence apparatus, boy? Fuck out of here. Well, yeah, if you text me, and it's a stupid question like how to establish an intelligence apparatus, I'm probably not going to respond because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Because believe it or not, I have some semblance of tact. But I also have very little patience for stupid questions. How to establish an intelligence apparatus, like I've established one before or something. Or even if I have, I would be talking about that with a random on Twitch at 12 in the morning. Is that still part of Rosewood? Let's expand Rosewood because I don't want industrial shit. Lumber in this game, at least, is pretty clean. So you could have that next to your residential areas. I have never called for your death on Discord. Where the fuck are y'all coming up with this shit from? Fucking nutbag hour. All I want to do is build a beautiful new African city in peace, and y'all are, hog ass wild. I love y'all though. Y'all are a very wholesome community. You should find better things to keep you up at night. Shit that we can actually do. We are far from the point where we would have to seriously consider the formation of an intelligence apparatus. I wouldn't take a mod from you. I wouldn't download anything from you. It'd probably be riddled with viruses. As we say in the community, I'm dumb, but I ain't damn dumb. I ain't plumb dumb. I don't know what you people are capable of. You don't know what Rosewood is. Rosewood was basically a black community that was destroyed in Florida over settler bullshit. So I'm either naming these after these districts, these parts of town, after famous new African revolutionaries. Like you got a part named after Harriet Tubman here, you got a part named after Kwame Nkrumah here, you got a part named after George Jackson here, you got a part here named after James Connolly, who wasn't black but is still dope. Or you want to name it? I'm going to name them after places that black people established for our well being and for our self determination that were destroyed by settlers. So probably I'm going to name the next district Greenwood. Merging old with new. Also, parks are good. People like parks. It raises the land value. Yes, in this socialist system, land value still unfortunately exists. Black Wall Street was called Greenwood. Like, that was the name of it. All right, so we're raking in some money. Making roughly 3,600 simoleons. I don't know what they call the money in this game, but we're making 3,500 of them a week. It's pretty nice. Always good to keep your coffers full. The history of the world is a history of class struggle. Jesus, what is this? Freshman history class? Who should go on the money post revolution? I don't know. Certainly not you. Viper, is that the you cowards don't even smoke crack guy? Oh. Why would I run for president? Jubes, are you high? Why are you asking me these stupid things? Do I look like fucking Eldridge Cleaver to you? Nobody attacks in this game. You build a city. Nobody attacks. The only thing you have to worry about are natural disasters and going bankrupt. Look, I'm naming this park after you. I'm not naming the park after you. I'm here to create. I'm not here to destroy. Black America has seen enough destruction. Well, this technically isn't Black America anymore. This is New Africa. But you get my meaning. Typical white man, always trying to destroy what the black man builds. What's going on in Phoenix's hospitals, Jubes? There you go, an actual news item instead of stupid questions. How do I destroy my city? I've seen photographs, pictures out of Phoenix in the desert area and other desert areas around it of like the cacti are literally falling to the ground. So you've got desert plants that are literally dying. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm speechless. I'm flabbergasted. Shocked. Let's build some self sufficient buildings out here in Connolly. But yeah, this is apparently the hottest weather that humanity has ever experienced, like anywhere. I don't know. Take some ice water to Phoenix. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. But yeah, that's why I say like the socialism or barbarism. That's the 20th century slogan. They still had time for fucking playing. Like now we're facing an existential crisis. Like we could all fucking die. And so the slogan nowadays is socialism or extinction, not socialism is socialism or barbarism. I keep wanting to say socialism is barbarism. But the only socialism that was barbarism would be Pol Pot era Kampuchea, which was not socialist at all. So a system that called itself socialist that was barbarous. I think you'd make a very good warlord, Jay. See, I can say nice things about you. I'm not just exclusively here to provide verbal abuse. So this whole district is zoned for sustainable housing. And you need some water, my friends. All right, let's see what other natural resources we have. Okay, so this purple shit, this is iron, coal, other shit that has to be taken out of the ground. So that brings in a lot of money. So I'm just going to pre-zone this for that. So basically, just carve out your districts and you give them over to whatever resource you want extracted out of them. Or you could just have general industry. And that's your factories and stuff. So, but I hate general industry and of like mines and shit because those are big, heavy polluters. So, keep that shit far away from people. But you also have to make sure you have a decent transportation and road network so people can get there to go to work. Otherwise, they're going to all end up abandoned and they're not going to make you any money. What legislation would I push were I in the U.S. Senate? Uh, Definitely single payer healthcare because like that's a big one. There's no reason why in the richest country in the history of humanity we have people that are dying because they don't have health insurance or access to healthcare. So that's probably one thing that I would focus on were I in a position like that. Um, Free college. The government should pay for people to go to school. And I would definitely try to do something about the military industrial complex. They should all die. Why are you asking me answers to like why are you asking me questions that you already know the answer to? Like what do you think I'm going to say? I hope they live very long, happy, healthy, and productive lives. I'm naming this after Bobby Rush. He's a sellout and he's in the Senate, but not Senate, Congress. But he was also Bobby Not Bobby. Well, technically Bobby Seale and Fred Hampton's comrade, so why not? Maybe in this alternate universe he wasn't a sellout. He actually did some good shit for the people. We all have a little bit of madness in us. All my life I had to fight. Epic rap battles of history. Putin versus BRG versus Joe Biden. Begin. I'd probably win that because Putin doesn't speak English. Biden is senile. So, yeah, there'd really be no competition. Gunshots outside? Jesus. I thought y'all weren't allowed to have those in Ireland. Granted, it didn't stop the IRA, but damn. Oh. Well, enjoy. Try not to get yourself shot. Oh, shit, I forgot the pre-zone. That is for mining. Don't pay any attention to Jubes. He's just an asshole. And he gets bored, so he comes here to harass me. It's okay. You're the only one that can really harass me. Jubes is like a fucking fly on an elephant. Goblin. There you go. You're a goblin. You said it, not me. A goblin. Perfect. So we've got 5,000 unfortunate souls living in the future pearl of New Africa. Wait, why am I putting industrial there? I want mining. I want money. Rip the earth of its produce. Build up the productive forces. I have never seen a single Lord of the Rings movie. I know I'm a horrible nerd. Just never was interesting for me. I was the type of weird kid that watched the news. I don't think I can afford to give everybody free Wi Fi yet. It's coming. We just got to build up the productive forces some more, dear comrades. Look at the architecture. It's pretty. You got nice little Victorian. You've got Mediterranean style. You got solar panels. It's pretty nice. Then you've got self-sufficient housing up here. Notice that they all have dirt lawns. Otherwise, you'd just be wasting a bunch of water with grass. I mean, your ancestors came out of a cave, so if you want to return, that's it is entirely your prerogative. As a matter of fact, I strongly encourage you to return to the caves. No, I would not go kayaking. I do not know how to swim. What if I go kayaking with an evil person who pushes me in the water knowing this about me and I drown? No more BRG. No more watching BRG build a city. No more joy. No more anything. Should I build regular bus or biofuel bus? No, that would be a waste of money, Jubilee. See, this is why people like you cannot run cities. Oh, just let BRG work his magic and build a lovely city for black people to live in. Well, there's undoubtedly going to be white people in New Africa, but most of y'all will probably run off thinking that we're just going to come butcher all of you or something. Which, to be fair, would be earned, but we're not an evil people like that. As long as you behave and don't try to set up a counter-revolutionary government, I don't see any reason why we cannot have a white minority in New Africa. Somebody has to do stuff like clogging. Biofuel, it's like plant matter. That is, I don't know how the process works, but yeah, it's much cleaner than running on diesel. So, New Africa must be environmentally conscious. Oh, my mining district is abandoned. Nobody yearns for the mines. I thought under socialism everybody would yearn for the mines, but they apparently do not want to work in mines. And they're abandoning the district because they can't find any workers. You could also build like trams and streetcars in this game, but I don't want to fuck up my road network. So leave that alone. As I get a handle on more of this shit and what all this DLC stuff is, you will definitely see streetcars appearing in the streets of New Africa. But not today. Now expand this out. Are there trees down here? Yes, there are. Oops, I did not mean to do that. There we go. Back as it should be. I'll watch soccer every now and then. Jubilee, I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible, but you would make a horrible reporter, man. As you wouldn't have any guests because you'd annoy the piss out of all of your guests. How is baby born? Is revolution tomorrow? Why would you ask a question like that? Why should the man be shot? Has he done anything horrible I don't know about? No, I do not want other content creators to be shot unless they're fascists. I repeat, I do not want other content creators to be shot unless they are fascists. I'm not sectarian. Anybody that can be turned to the cause of socialism, I think, has a role. But no, we cannot just go shooting people willy nilly. Like if you shoot everybody you disagree with, like it's just horrible shit that we're trying to move away from. We can disagree without murdering each other. Imagine there's no sectarianism. It's easy if you try. What is up? I really should be doing research for my slavery stream, but this is far more fun. Like, researching slavery is, like, depressing. I mean, I'm kind of desensitized But like that was just some grody shit. Like you will constantly just find more shit to make you just want to go out and slap a motherfucker. It is not for the weak. Do I think the industrialization of agriculture was a good thing? Well, everything has good and bad aspects. Socialism definitely is going to require the industrialization and collectivization of agriculture. Like, what is the alternative? Just having people scratching in the dirt with wooden plows? That's no good. Can't have people doing that. The thing is, under socialism, science is applied to the people's interests, not to the interests of people like Tyson and Purdue Farms that abuse animals and treat their workers like shit. Like there was a fucking teenager that was working in the slaughterhouse, and he died. I think he fell into some machine or something, and he died. Like this kid should not have been working. But this being America, where our youth are ground up like chicken nuggets, yeah, this kid was working at a fucking slaughterhouse when he should have been in school, and he died as a result. So yeah, a lot of work to be done, comrades. How can you build me an intelligence agency? I don't know. It's right there in the name. First, to require you to have some intelligence. Got him. After you've acquired said intelligence, hopefully you would be able to determine why asking me that stupid question is a stupid question. Or maybe not. I've met some very stupid, smart people. My latest Vicky 3 game, I'm actually getting the hang of that. I was able to establish what was basically a Fulani empire of the Sokoto Caliphate. Yeah. I try not to play as any of the big European colonial powers, but sometimes, like, it helps you just get a grasp of the dynamic. Plus, there's a lot of shit you can do as them that you can't do if you play as a small nation in Africa, or Asia, or Latin America. So, yeah, fuck it. It's a video game. I try to stick close to my ideological principles. What African coup? There was another coup? Why would I not connect to the highway? Oh, because it'd make traffic. Where was the coup? Go fuck yourself, Jubes. I'm going to ban you. I'm trying to build a city, not answer your stupid questions. Huh. So what is the nature of the coup? Is it what, like, I mean, it's a military, gonna be a military dictatorship, so I don't know how progressive that would be. But I've heard, like, in Mali, they banned French as an official language, and they've basically been tormenting the French. So I guess they have some progressive aspects, but still, nobody wants to live under a fucking military dictatorship. How do I build an on ramp? The highway is on the ground. I don't even think it's a real highway. Oh, well, the president shouldn't have irritated the military. Why don't y'all just leave me alone and let me play the game? Damn. Build this, build that, build this. African cities are notorious for their traffic problems. New Hampton will not be an exception. Like, look, there's not even any option to build an on ramp. This fucking thing. You know, Jubes, for you to have so little intelligence, you seem to be very obsessed with it tonight. Have you been reading a spy book or something? Why are you so obsessed with the intelligence community? Just stop reading so many shitty books. I don't know. Jubes is just being annoying. That's kind of his specialty. So now I have two fucking trolls to irritate the hell out of me now. They're a cheap copy of your professionalism. Yeah, y'all are funny as hell. Why don't you motherfuckers want to work in my mines? Like, damn, bruh. I just realized that that did not make me sound very communist. Why don't you motherfuckers want to work in my mines? Jubilee, I see a very long prison sentence in your future, buddy. Wonder what I should name this district. Long or short, it's coming. I hope your stupidity is just like an act you're putting on and not how you actually think. Ooh, he's read the sacred texts. And I put up here. More trees. Chop down all the trees, make me rich. Well, make yourselves rich. Jay, don't call people breeders. That's mean. If it wasn't for the so called breeders, you wouldn't be here. Be nice. It is just and good to have children. Ignore Jubilee, by the way. I think he's drunk. Or he's taking something he shouldn't have that he's having an adverse reaction to. So he's now obsessed with spies and shit. Pay him no attention, answer none of his stupid questions. He is inhibiting the project of the building of a great African city. You've been given the green light on drinking again. Oh dear. This is a cool little district. They've got gardens on top of their buildings. So I'm giving my people educational opportunities. You've got Arts Institute, community schools, and traditional uh, elementary and high schools. So a holistic educational system. Starting to expand across the highway here. I'd build a subway, but you gotta hold that communist impulse in check because subways are extremely expensive in this game. So you will bankrupt yourself. I know I'm a bad commie, but I don't want to be a broke commie. All right, water looks good. We can do with another sewage facility. Water still draining down there. Good deal. This is like a Tropico. Like your communist impulse is going to be past, like past free housing. But like you're gonna be broke because once people stop paying rent, you don't have that little income boost because rent is paid to the state. So you don't have that income. So you're gonna have to either export a whole bunch of shit or cut back on something because you're gonna end up bankrupt. I learned that the hard way. Oh fuck Buchanan, damn ginger. All right, what resources do we have over here? Yeah, Buchanan had red hair. On the other hand, so did Lennon. That would be some funny shit to hear Lennon speaking an Irish accent. Why the fuck would I go to Europe? If you pay for my passes over there, then I will go to Europe. But I will not go to Europe at my own expense. Go to Europe. Y'all come up with some stupid ass ideas. That's even worse for you than your obsession with the intelligence community. I mean, there is some cool shit to see though. I'd really like to see those mosques that the Moors built in Spain. But like, it just doesn't call to me at all. Like for what I've seen, Europe is becoming more and more like America. So there's really no pool for me over there. I see enough white people and I deal with enough European bullshit in my own country. I'm good. But like I said, if you want to pay for me to go to fucking Europe, I will go to fucking Europe. I will even report back to you the things that I see and the idiots that I run across. Istanbul sounds nice. I don't want to go to Spain. Spanish people are extremely racist. They might think I'm a Moor and attack me. Yes, I named my university after Angela Davis. Shoot me. That's just the first black Marxist professor I could think of. I know she's a horrible revisionist, but she had her place, she had her moments. Why'd Constantinople get the works? It's nobody's business but the Turks. Kwame Ture, I think he might have taught for a little bit. I don't think he was a professional teacher. Ah, this fucking power situation. There we go. That should keep y'all happy for a bit. Yay, people are working in my mines. I am so happy. I'm not going to take advice on the least racist places in Europe from a white person. Sorry. I'm always happy when I'm creating nice things for my people. So I just said that Spanish people are the most racist people in Europe, probably, after the various groups of Slavs. So now you want to take me to fucking Argentina, where all the fucking Nazis went. What would I have to say to the president of Venezuela? I'd probably call him a revisionist or a Trotskyist or something. I'd probably call him a revisionist or a Trotskyist or something. Or I might be a diplomat and congratulate him on his ability to resist Yankee imperialism. Yeah, they mercenaries ended up getting captured by fishermen and trussed up like hogs and made to lay down on the fucking beach. That was based. What are you talking about? You have path access. Imbeciles. What is my favorite insult? Is it imbecile? I think it's imbecile. Or revisionist. If I had a time machine, who would I visit and why? Probably Fred Hampton to tell him to get the fuck out of that house. Or at the very least, do not eat the food or drink anything that that fucking snitch made, O'Neill. Yeah, I would go back to time and try to save Fred Hampton's life. I don't know, Jubilee. I'm a Maoist. What do you think I think of the Maoists in India? Take a wild fucking guess. What does the noted Maoist Black Red Guard, think of the Maoists in India? Yeah, that Berea situation was fucked up. That made me side eye Stalin. Like, why would you keep this fucking weirdo around? Like, what? Because he's good at killing people? Like, if you don't let your daughter around this dude, like, why do you keep him where you can have access to to people? Like, that's fucked up. I don't like Stalin for a lot of reasons. Anybody can be purged with a bullet to the head. I mean, he killed all of his comrades, most of his comrades, rather. That you can't get rid of this fucking sick fuck. That is a horrible excuse. You can go around and kill everybody. You can kill Trotsky in fucking Mexico, but you can't deal with this sick bastard. That doesn't make much sense to me. But I guess that's why you don't build huge fucking secret police apparatuses. Because once you let them have too much power, they're not going to give it back. But I guess we can. Well, I was going to say excuse. I guess we can give some leeway because like this was the first time anybody had tried to do any of this shit, and they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. But now we know that when you build a huge overarching organization like the NKVD or the Stasi, it doesn't go very well for you. Well, now we know for next time. Alright, we don't need those power lines anymore. Let's look at a traffic map. How are people getting around town? Oh dear. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. You're in a city. You're gonna have traffic. Why would you destroy that? Dum-dums. My city's taking shape pretty nicely. See how it looks from the ground. Symmetry. Nice houses. Big, brightly lit high school. This is a low density area. High density. Yeah, garbage. I guess I could spring for a subway now. Think the city can handle it. Or I might want to wait till I get 500 in the bank. 500,000. Because, like I said, they are extremely expensive. Give you some offices. No, the MCP broke apart. FTP still exists. Oh, fuck. We've got oil. Nice. Yes, black gold, Texas tea. Money. That's how I'm going to pay for my fucking subway system. Yes, it does sound like the name of a really bad exploitation movie. Naming it after Sarah Rector. She was a uh, former slave or the child of former slaves who was granted like land and they found oil under it. What happened to my podcast? I have a Twitch channel now. You're on my podcast. This is where I come to play games and talk politics and deal with silly questions. Like what happened to my podcast. Just kidding. Questions are good. Yeah, like I've bounced around from medium to medium. Eventually landed on Twitch since that's where all the cool kids are, apparently. I don't regret it. More people watch my Twitch stream than ever listen to that shitty podcast, anyways. Why is there a fire? God damn it. Every city builder, like this happens in Tropico, this happens in cities, skylines. I always end up with the fucking fire. I'm trying to build a city. I'm not answering genuine questions at 2 in the goddamn morning. Ah, damn. Do I look like a robot? My Bender from Futurama? Oh, go fuck yourself, Jay. Just for that, I hope you catch a stray. Well, we're all millennials here. We have a morbid sense of humor. You'll take it. This sewage down here, yeah. I fucked up. You don't want your residential areas by sewage. Said it's that zoned forest it needs to be. Yeah. All right. There you go. So I use industrial zones like clean industry, like timber, to buffer my residential areas so that I'm not exposed to that shit. Because what's going to happen is if you have houses right up on a river where sewage is running through, people are going to obviously start getting sick. And you don't want people getting sick. It's going to damage the attractiveness of your city. How's the oil zone doing? Good deal. Making us some more money. Alright, some more timber going. Buffers. Everybody plays this game differently. Like, Jay is really obsessed with like not having traffic build up because you connected your city streets to your highway system. Me, I don't give a fuck. I just build subways and make everybody use them. That's understandable. Traffic. Traffic. Cars have to stop for red lights, dummy. What is wrong with you? Ain't nobody got time for no damn roundabouts and all that special shit. All right, 590 people a week use the bus. Think it's time for a subway. And some water. The sewer system is forever getting backed up. City's spreading out. Like it. We are now home to 32,550 liberated Africans. Beautiful university serving 1,380 students. Nice. Now let's build a subway, get some people underground. Well, we're not doing trams. Underground. Trams take up street space. Where's the page down button? Sup, Delta? I am doing quite well. I'm building a lovely city for the liberated New African people. Welcome to New Hampton, the pearl of New Africa. Building a subway to alleviate some of the traffic problems. How did Robespierre enter this discussion? It's decent. Uh, BRG is doing his best to ensure that the new Africans who live in this city do not face the same problems they faced in America, such as inability to get to work because of a shitty transit grid. We already got a bus system. Now we need a train system. Plus, as a communist, I'm kind of obliged to have trains and buses and subways. This is actually built on a map of New Orleans. But this is post revolution, and New Orleans is now New Hampton. I also use the New Orleans map because Fred Hampton's family was originally from Louisiana. Indeed. Black people deserve nice things in nice cities. All right, let's run this back here. Oof. That is not a good feeling. I can relate. Not as bad as my old job where they had me working fucking 14-hour shifts, but work is always a drag under capitalism. But thankfully, I'm not working at an entirely soul crushing job. You have the opportunity to serve people and help them through their problems, and yeah, it's nice. Better than working at a fucking widget factory or something of that nature. What are you going to do? The life as a worker is never easy. Under capitalism, anyway. I wouldn't buy groceries from you, Jay. They made a mistake hiring you. A thief. Just be sure to take time for yourself. Do something fun like watch me build a city. That's called a parasocial relationship, my friend. Oh, fucking hell. Oh yeah, you're still getting fucked by the wildfire shit. We got some of that too. Like I looked outside one day and I'm like, what the fuck? It looks like the entire city is out getting high. But no, it was fucking wildfires. Fucking beaver fucking Canadian pieces of shit. Hey, we're going to set the forest on fire, eh? Teach those youngs a lesson. Hey. Canadian culture, what is that? People saying, starting forest fires, burning down the White House, being British cucks for decades, centuries even. That's Canadian culture. My God, look at all the garbage. Museums. I mean, my ancestors built it, so I'm not gonna. I'm not a fan of letting them all be torn down. Like my ancestors put their hearts and souls and their bodies, and in many cases, their lives into those buildings. So, I mean, turn them into museums. Turn them into embassies. The FBI headquarters should definitely be torn down. For one, it's a fucking ugly building, and for two, like just fucking torture chamber. Horrible things have happened in that building. Nah, I'm not a fan of destroying the White House. I did not. Why did you? Nah, this game is fucking oofy. You could have helicopters in this shit. We've got subways. They're running out of raw materials. I swear to God, these people always need something. I see why Stalin was so fucking crazy. Every 5 minutes, they need something. Here's garbage piling up. Here's this. Here's that. Just be happy for once, eh? Like, damn, needy, 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 needy. There. Now I don't want to hear no more complaining about garbage from any of y'all. God damn. But you got to take care of shit like that, because if you don't, and you let those little blips above the buildings turn red, then you're gonna have just entire zones of vacant buildings, and I don't want that. So you got to take care of your people, because that's what being a good city planner and a good mayor is about. You build an area to have concerts. Yeah, I'll put that away, because away from people in a commercial area. Because if you don't, you're going to have noise pollution. You can expand this highway too. I'll expand what I can, what'll let me. Built this shit right on top of each other. Somebody told me I have a very relaxing voice. I think it sounds like nails on a chalkboard, but on the other hand, like I'm kind of biased. Maybe I should branch into doing ASMR videos. I'm gonna have to get through here. Let me do this and that and that and that and that and that. I gotta get through here. There. Not hard at all. So this is gonna be downtown. It's just right smack dab in the middle of everything. That's why I'm building all these broad boulevards. And I have to plop a couple subway stations here too. Good night. I am not your enemy. But regardless, good night. Oh, what is this shite? Y'all have room. Oh, shit. You gotta pay attention. You've got this shit running this way. And goddamn. Oh, shit, tell me something. Where people are actually using the damn subway I built. Never played Banished. I should have built you over here. Yeah, Tropico is dope. I've just gotten the hang of 6. I've played 5 for years. Yeah, the thing with Tropico is it's really easy to fuck up. All you got to do is pass the wrong edict, and before you know it, your country is bankrupt. Or you fuck your diplomacy up, and then you get invaded by whoever you've pissed off. So, yeah, gotta be careful. You might have to build more Teamsters offices. If you don't have enough Teamsters, they're not gonna move all of your shit fast enough. Maybe it's just prejudiced against you because you're a Serb. Should take it up with Calypso. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for implying that the game is bigoted. I'm not American, I'm New African. I just live here. I've been wonderful. Just like this beautiful city I've created for the New African people. I do. I have a feeling. Mi español es más o menos. Puedo ir a México sin muriendo. Alright, so people are actually using this fucking subway I built. Good. And damn, I'm breaking in some money. 1.5 million. Let's see. Health is looking good. Need another elementary school. I just built one, but they need more. Might as well build a high school while I'm at it. I've got the money. Yeah, so for the two people that are here, this is basically like the second city of New Africa that I'm building. It's on a map of New Orleans, of central New Orleans. I picked it because Fred Hampton's family are from Louisiana, and yeah, the city is named New Hampton. So things seem to be going pretty good in New Hampton. It's 20%, so 20% attractiveness. Let's see what other policies I can fuck with. I can afford to give everybody free Wi-Fi now. I tried that last night. I don't like it at all. Think I might have to take a day to like learn it, but it's just, yeah, not a fan of it for what I've seen so far. But I only played like 15 minutes of it. I keep forgetting I got railroads. I got a rail line running through my city. Can use that. Yeah, it helps move goods around. The reason a lot of my commercial is being abandoned is because like the roads uh kind of bagged up. So I'm gonna take this because I gotta get through. I've got a bunch of mods. Well, not mods, DLC. I built a university using one. See? Angela Davis University. Nice liberal arts school. What am I supposed to do? Have a bunch of crooked winds and twists and turns? No, because it does not work in countries that are centered around cars. Have you ever been to the States? You should come here. Yeah, that's why I laugh when Europeans talk about, oh, your cities are. I'm like, bruh, like your whole country is the size of one of our states. What works for you will not work for us. Like, come to the States and you'll see what I'm talking about. You will see why your European advice will not work here. Oh, that's right. You're old. You remember Yugoslavia. Fucking boomer in here. Did you ever meet Marshall Tito? You're 20. God damn. So when did like Yugoslavia officially stop existing? Because I thought it stopped existing in like the early 90s. Hmm. I've got like building mods, but like, nah, like gameplay mods and all that now. And I've got a bunch of DLC. But yeah, I do like creating aesthetically pleasing cities and ensuring a decent quality of life for the people that live here. Why? Because I'm a socialist. That's what socialists do. I'm just of the opinion that nobody wants to live in a shithole. So why not create a nice city and demonstrate the possibilities of socialism? I don't know what move it is. What is it and what does it do? I don't want to move I don't want to move buildings around on the map. Shit stays where I put it. If I don't want it to be somewhere, I don't put stuff there. I don't want to fix the highway. I want my citizens to suffer. Adversity strengthens a person. Good, my entertainment district is doing well. I think I already have that one. I don't like buying land and stuff. Fuck that. Oh, see? This fucking shitty water. That's why people are dying. Gotta fix that. What I'm gonna do is get rid of this and this. And then upgrade the sewage treatment system. And while that shit is being filtered out, we're gonna have to give everybody fucking water towers. And 12. Yeah, you got to keep an eye on stuff like that because people will start getting sick and you won't know why. Water is extremely important, and you can't let like that dirty water, that sewer water, reach your pumps, and your people start drinking it. There you go. That should do you. And let's see. Yeah, I definitely need to broaden the hospital network. I've got them all compacted up. Let's spread them out. Put one up here. That's a helicopter facility. Oh, yeah. Two new hospitals. The fruits of socialism. It's a pretty cool city. I'd live here. Did you? Congratulations. How is the building flooding? Flooding from where? Oh. All those pumps were taking the water out of the river, and now the river is filling back up again. At least I think that's what's happening. What do y'all think? Good socialist new African second city? The pearl of the motherland? Or is it a shithole? I think it's a decent start. Definitely room to expand, though. Plenty of room to expand. Why wouldn't you live there? Oh, that's right. You live in a little bitty village. It's too many people for you. Yeah, it looks better than how New Orleans currently looks. This is a modern socialist city. There are no peasants. Regardless, I'll work some more on it tomorrow. I work tomorrow, so I need some sleep.